Fergal, I noticed that you parked your car in a wrong spot designated by the company. Are you going to show off your new car? Or do you want to run a few laps on your new car to tell everyone about the new car? Can you explain why?
Oh, hey LaDonna. Yeah, about that. You see, the car I parked there actually belongs to the boss. They asked me to park it there specifically.
Really, Fergal? I find it hard to believe that the boss would ask you to park in a wrong spot. It sounds more like you're just trying to avoid taking responsibility.
No, I'm serious, LaDonna. The boss specifically told me to park it there. They said it was urgent and didn't want any other employees to park in that spot.
I find it highly unlikely, Fergal. The boss wouldn't jeopardize their own reputation by asking you to violate the company's parking rules. Besides, I've never seen the boss driving that particular car before.
Well, maybe they're trying to keep a low profile. You know how important it is for them to maintain privacy.
Fergal, let's be real here. You're just deflecting blame onto the boss. It's not their car, and you know it. Taking responsibility for our actions is important in this company, and that includes parking in the correct spots.
Look, LaDonna, I understand your skepticism, but I'm telling you the truth. If you don't believe me, go ask the boss yourself.
Fine, I will. But I highly doubt the boss will confirm what you're saying. It's important to take responsibility for our mistakes, Fergal. Blaming someone else, especially the boss, won't solve anything.
Like I said, that's what my boss wants. I can't tell you. That's all, and let's put things away.
Fergal, I'm sorry, but I have to be honest with you. I think you're being an unreliable liar. It's clear that your car is in the wrong spot, and if you continue to deny it, tickets will be issued.
How can you say that, LaDonna? I haven't done anything wrong. I don't understand why I should admit to something I didn't do.
Fergal, it's not about admitting to something you didn't do. It's about taking responsibility for your actions. Your car is clearly parked in a restricted area, and if you don't acknowledge it, you'll face the consequences.
But I genuinely believe that I parked where I was supposed to. I don't understand how this mistake happened. Maybe there was some confusion with the designated parking spaces.
Fergal, let's be realistic here. Your car is a luxury vehicle, and it's highly unlikely that the boss would drive such an extravagant car. The boss has never been known to spend lavishly, so it's doubtful that it belongs to them.
Well, there could be exceptions or special circumstances, LaDonna. Maybe the boss decided to treat themselves to something nice. It's not unheard of.
Fergal, I understand your perspective, but let's think logically. It's more plausible that the car belongs to you, and you're just trying to shift the blame onto someone else.
That's not fair, LaDonna. I'm not trying to shift blame. I genuinely believe that this car is the boss's, and I parked it where I was told.
Look, Fergal, I can't convince you otherwise if you're so adamant about it. But if you continue to deny the truth, the tickets will keep coming, and it will reflect poorly on your reputation and work ethics.
Fine, if the tickets keep coming, I'll deal with them. But I still believe I haven't done anything wrong, and I won't admit to something I didn't do.
Fergal, I urge you to reconsider. It's not worth damaging your professional image and risking further consequences. Let's try to find a solution together and prevent any more complications.
I appreciate your concern, LaDonna, but I honestly don't see any other solution. I'll face the consequences if necessary, but I won't admit to something I'm not guilty of.
Fergal, you can't just brush this off. It's not about what the boss told you to do. I suspect you've been embezzling the company's project funds. How else could you afford these expensive cars?
LaDonna, that's a serious accusation. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just following instructions and carrying out my responsibilities. If I want that one, I could totally get it thanks to my dedication. LaDonna, you don't underestimate me like that.
Oh, come on, Fergal. Let's be real here. The amount of money you earn from your job wouldn't be enough to afford such luxurious vehicles. I've been observing your actions, and things just don't add up.
You're jumping to conclusions, LaDonna. I've worked diligently to achieve success in my career.
I may not have concrete evidence yet, but I'm determined to find the truth. If my suspicions are correct, I won't let you get away with embezzling company funds. You're playing with fire, Fergal.
I understand your concerns, LaDonna, but I assure you, I have nothing to hide. I've always been dedicated to my job and have acted with integrity. Your assumptions are baseless, and I won't let you tarnish my reputation.
Actually, this can be solved in a simple way. You know that. Fergal, let's get one thing straight. If you're willing to humble yourself and beg me to keep this a secret, I might consider turning a blind eye. But if you refuse, I will not hesitate to report everything to the boss, and you'll face the consequences of using work hours for personal matters and parking improperly. I'm dead serious about this.
LaDonna, you're being absolutely ridiculous. Why should I beg you for anything? I haven't done anything wrong, and your assumptions are unfounded. I won't let you intimidate me or dictate what I should do.
You can dismiss it as ridiculous, Fergal, but I have evidence to support my claims. I've been keeping an eye on your actions, and they raise red flags. If you're innocent, you have nothing to worry about. But if you're guilty, your refusal to take responsibility will only make things worse for you.
LaDonna, you're mistaken. I assure you, I've always followed company policies and have never misused my working hours. Your accusations won't hold up because they're simply untrue. I won't entertain your demands or entertain the idea of begging you for anything.
Well, Fergal, we'll see how it plays out. Your arrogance won't protect you if there's any truth to my suspicions. I won't let this go easily, and I'm prepared to take this matter to the boss. Your refusal to address the situation shows your true colors.
You can try, LaDonna, but your attempts to bring me down won't succeed. I won't beg or give in to baseless accusations. You're only hurting yourself by creating unnecessary drama. I won't waste any more time on this discussion. You can't just threaten me like that, LaDonna. I did nothing wrong.
You parked in the wrong spot, Fergal. That's against company policy. And if you're lying about whose car it is, then that's a whole other issue.
Look, I'm not begging you for anything. I know I didn't do anything wrong. You can go ahead and tell the boss if you want. It's not going to change the fact that I'm telling the truth.
Fine, Fergal. We'll see what the boss has to say about it. But if I find out that you've been lying to me, you can be sure that I won't keep it a secret.
Suit yourself, LaDonna. I know I'm in the right, and I'm not going to let you bully me into admitting something that isn't true.
Fergal, you should know your place. I've been in this company longer than you and have more experience. Instead of thinking that you can match me with just a couple of suggestions, you should know your limits.
That's infuriating, LaDonna. I entered the company in the same department and position as you, so obviously, I have the same rights as you.
I think you should also be aware of your limitations. I joined the company before you did and have more experience. It's not just about having a few suggestions here and there that makes you equal to me.
Really? It's so ridiculous.
It's not just about rights. Experience and knowledge matter too. I've been through different situations and have learned valuable lessons along the way.
I understand that experience matters, LaDonna, but we are working in the same department and hold the same position. We should have equal rights and opportunities.
You should listen to me and accept the truth, don't be fooled. Fergal, stop trying to defend yourself. I've received reports, and there's already a penalty issued for employees who violate the company's regulations. It's because of your lack of understanding that I've had to go through so much trouble. You should apologize to me, Fergal.
Maybe you should reconsider the reasons I provided. I won't accept this penalty without a fair evaluation of the situation.
I have considered your reasons, but the fact remains that you violated company policies. It's not about personal feelings, but about maintaining a professional and compliant work environment. I've had to ensure that everyone follows the rules, and that includes you.
I can't accept the penalty without a proper investigation and understanding of the situation. And I have a reason for all this.
I assure you that the penalty was not given lightly. The company has its procedures in place, and I have followed them accordingly. If you believe there are mitigating factors, you can discuss them with the relevant authorities. But until then, I expect you to take responsibility for your actions and work towards compliance. I warned you a lot and advised you to beg me to go, because maybe I will relent and let it go. I won't say anything more. Wait for my action, Fergal.
Soon after, I received news that the boss car had been towed, which I knew was carried out by none other than LaDonna. I have to text her to stop her.
LaDonna, why did you use the tow truck to move the car, when you could have notified security to have it transferred to the designated parking area as per company regulations?
This is a warning, Fergal, for daring to defy my advice. Not only do you flaunt your possessions, but you also fail to respect the words of your colleague, me, LaDonna Leno.
I think you've gone too far and become arrogant by touching the car without permission. I've emphasized that this is the boss's car, not mine. I demand an explanation from you, LaDonna, but you refuse and claim that you're right and won't accept what I say.
I believe I made the right decision based on the information available to me. I won't entertain your questioning, especially when it contradicts my judgment. It's clear that you need to learn some respect and abide by the rules.
It's disappointing to see how you handle things. Your actions were unwarranted, and you disregarded the fact that it was not my car. You should have sought clarification instead of taking matters into your own hands. I deserve an explanation and an apology.
I stand by my decision, Fergal. I won't apologize or explain myself further. It's evident that I won't be able to reason with you, as you continue to disregard my authority and ignore the consequences of your actions. No matter what you say, I don't feel guilty.
LaDonna! It's disappointing to see that you refuse to acknowledge your mistake. Your actions were not only unauthorized, but also caused unnecessary trouble. I demand an apology for the inconvenience you've caused.
I understand that you're upset, but I won't apologize for doing what I believed was necessary. I made a judgment call based on the information available to me at that moment. It's clear that you and I have different perspectives on this matter.
LaDonna, it's not about having different perspectives. It's about following proper procedures and respecting others' property. You cannot simply take matters into your own hands without considering the consequences. I urge you to reconsider your stance and accept responsibility for your actions.
Fergal, I won't be swayed by your insistence. I firmly believe that I acted in the best interest of the company and the situation at hand. If you continue to pursue this matter, I will report it to our superiors for further resolution.
LaDonna, I'm disappointed in your lack of accountability and unwillingness to admit your mistake. Your actions reflect poorly on our professionalism and teamwork. I hope you reconsider your position and realize the importance of taking responsibility for your actions. LaDonna, I'm questioning why you used a crane to tow my car away, instead of informing the security guard to move it to the designated parking area as per company policy.
Fergal, my use of the crane was not a violation, but rather a warning for your audacity to defy my advice. Not only do you dare to flaunt your wealth, but you also fail to respect the words of your colleague. Only then, it is just a warning for you to reconsider your words.
The car insurance company contacted me about the car because of the use of forceful towing, resulting in multiple scratches and deformation, especially on the door. I demand an explanation from you, LaDonna.
Fergal, don't always use the boss's honor to threaten me. I do this based on the company's regulations. Your attempts to shift the blame onto me will not work.
LaDonna, this is not about threatening you or shifting the blame. It's about the consequences of your actions. You damaged my car without proper justification. I deserve an explanation and an apology.
I have nothing to apologize for, Fergal. My actions were justified based on what I believe to be necessary for enforcing company rules. If you have an issue, you can take it up with the higher-ups.
I respected you as a colleague, but your refusal to acknowledge your mistakes and lack of accountability is disappointing. I will not let this go easily. I will escalate this matter to the appropriate authorities if needed.
Suit yourself, Fergal. I stand by my actions, and I have no intention of bowing down to your demands. The truth will prevail, and I'm confident that the company will see things my way.
We'll see about that, LaDonna. I won't let this injustice go unnoticed. I will report this case to my boss, because you are free to use the company's decision for personal revenge.
Do you think the boss will believe you? Don't be so naive. If you want to escalate this matter, go ahead. But remember, I have the support of the company's regulations on my side. Your attempts to make me apologize or take the blame will not work.
LaDonna, it's not about making you apologize or taking the blame. It's about accountability and fairness. Your actions have caused damage to my car, and I believe that deserves acknowledgement and resolution.
I understand your frustration, Fergal, but I firmly believe that I acted within my authority to enforce company policies. If you think there has been an error, you can always raise a formal complaint and go through the proper channels.
We'll definitely consider filing a formal complaint, LaDonna. I believe in fair treatment and the resolution of conflicts through proper procedures. I hope that the company will thoroughly investigate this matter and provide a just outcome.
That is your prerogative, Fergal. However, I want to remind you that there are consequences to challenging the decisions made by your colleagues. I hope you understand the potential repercussions of your actions.
I am well aware of the potential consequences, LaDonna. But I believe in standing up for what is right. If it means challenging the decisions made by colleagues, then so be it. Fairness and integrity should prevail in our workplace.
We shall see, Fergal. I hope you understand the gravity of your accusations and the impact they may have on our working relationship. Let's allow the appropriate processes to unfold, and may the truth prevail.
Agreed, LaDonna. Let the truth prevail. I hope that through this process, we can find a resolution that upholds fairness, accountability, and the values of our company.
Right after that, I informed Boss about LaDonna's case. Boss avoided me when he did not report early on the case of LaDonna abuse of power at the company. Actually, that car belongs to a VIP customer at the company and is also a strategic partner, but because the plan is in progress, it is currently a secret of the company, so I cannot disclose it. Soon after, Boss informed the Human Resources Organization to fire LaDonna and take the car for maintenance immediately. I received a text from LaDonna in the evening.
Fergal! Why are you lying to me? I have to ask, why didn't you report everything properly instead of claiming it was the boss car? It seems like you're trying to shift the blame onto someone else.
LaDonna, you know very well that when the boss asks for something, it's not just a simple request. It carries weight and importance. I didn't want to risk getting on the boss' bad side by touching the car without permission. Trust me, if you had listened and respected the boss' wishes, you wouldn't regret your decision now.
I understand that the boss holds authority, but that doesn't mean we should blindly follow every request without questioning. It's our responsibility to ensure that we're acting in the best interest of the company and following proper protocols. I cannot simply disregard rules and regulations because the boss asks me to.
I'm not suggesting we disregard rules, LaDonna. I'm saying that sometimes there are exceptions or special circumstances. We should exercise some flexibility and judgment in our decision-making. If we are always rigid and unwilling to adapt, it may hinder our progress as a team.
I appreciate your perspective, but we cannot let personal relationships or the fear of repercussions dictate our actions. Our integrity and professionalism should always come first. If there are valid reasons for making exceptions, they should be communicated and documented properly.
I agree with you on the importance of integrity and professionalism, LaDonna. However, I believe that building strong relationships with our superiors and colleagues is also crucial for a healthy work environment. Sometimes, accommodating their requests can contribute to fostering a positive workplace culture.
While I understand your point, Fergal, I still believe that it's important to maintain a balance between accommodating requests and adhering to established rules. We should always strive for transparency, fairness, and accountability in our actions. It's about finding the right balance between respect and responsibility.
Fair enough, LaDonna. I have stressed to you a lot, but in exchange for disrespectful words from you. Do you find it ridiculous? I must express my frustration with our recent interactions. Every time I try to explain myself, you seem unwilling to listen, and instead resort to taunting and demanding that I apologize to you. I'm genuinely confused as to why I should be begging for your forgiveness when I haven't done anything wrong, as you claim.
I understand that my words may have come across as hurtful, and for that, I sincerely apologize. I never intended to disregard your perspective or dismiss your explanations. It's possible that my frustration got the better of me, and I spoke without fully considering the impact of my words. I truly regret any pain or confusion I may have caused you.
I appreciate your apology, LaDonna. However, it's important for us to find a way to communicate and understand each other's viewpoints. It's been challenging for me to have a productive conversation with you when I feel like my words are falling on deaf ears. Can we find a way to approach these discussions more openly and respectfully?
I want to sincerely apologize for my hurtful and inappropriate words. I was wrong to intentionally attack you, and I deeply regret my actions. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me and consider talking to the boss about withdrawing the decision to terminate my employment. I have learned from my mistakes and am committed to rectifying the situation.
I appreciate your apology and acknowledgement of your behavior. However, the decision to terminate your employment was made by the boss based on the near-contract destruction incident. Although the issue was resolved in time, and the contract between the parties was salvaged, it doesn't change the fact that the situation was quite tense. I'm not in a position to influence the boss's decision, but I believe they had valid reasons for their actions.
I understand that my actions had serious consequences, and I take full responsibility for them. While I regret the tense situation that occurred, I believe that I have learned from this experience and will be more cautious and diligent in the future. I truly hope that you can find it in your heart to advocate on my behalf, emphasizing my remorse and commitment to making amends.
I appreciate your growth and understanding. However, I must be honest with you. As an employee, I don't have the authority to reverse the boss's decision. It was made based on the severity of the situation, and the boss's prerogative is to ensure the company's best interests. I can listen to your perspective and offer support, but ultimately, the decision lies with the boss.
I understand, Fergal. Thank you for being honest with me. I apologize for putting you in a difficult position by asking for your intervention. I will accept the consequences of my actions and strive to rebuild trust within the company. I hope that we can maintain a professional working relationship moving forward, despite the circumstances.
I accept your apology, but it probably won't be able to save everything, LaDonna.
After that, the decision was made in LaDonna Company to resign. The boss agreed to this. I was also arranged in a new position of assistant at the company, hoping that LaDonna can change and learn from this. Hey, honey. I was thinking of going on a trip next month.
That sounds like a great idea. Where do you think we should go?
Oh no. I plan to go with some of my close friends. I don't want you to join us this time. I want to have some time to chat and have fun with my friends. You know, it's been a while since we last traveled together. We've been so busy with our business and our own family since most of us got married. I think it would be a great opportunity to get away from work and family for a short time. It will help us release stress and perform better at work and at home later. Is it okay, honey? Can you stay at home without me for about a week?
Oh. Okay. You can do whatever you want as long as you're happy, darling. So where are you guys planning to go?
Well, we were thinking of going to Hawaii. It's been one of our dreams to visit it for a long time, but we never got any chance to do it. We just found some great deals on flights and hotels to Hawaii.
Hawaii, huh? That sounds expensive. How much is it going to cost?
Well, we managed to find some good deals, but it's still going to be around $10,000 for the four of us.
$10,000? That means it would be around $2,500 for each, right? That's a lot of money. Can you really afford it?
Actually, I was hoping that you could help me out with the cost, since my friends and I don't have that much saved up at the moment.
$10,000?
Yep.
That's a huge amount of money. I don't know if we can afford that right now.
Come on, honey. I know it's a lot, but I promise we'll pay you back as soon as we can. This trip means a lot to me, and I really want to go to Hawaii with my friends. We just managed to have some free time at the same time next month. So we really want to go as soon as possible.
Alright, I'll think about it. But can you tell me who you're going with? I want to make sure it's safe. And if I can't contact you, I can call them instead.
Of course. I'm going with Susan, Anna, and Helen. They're my closest friends. You've met them before, remember? I introduced them to you when we were still dating. They all came to our wedding.
Okay, that sounds good. Just make sure to be safe and have fun.
Thank you, honey. I'm gonna book the trip right now. I love you.
I love you, darling. And I'm gonna miss you very much. Hey. Is this Anna?
Yes, who is this?
This is Josh, Carol's husband. We met a few times before.
Oh, Josh. It's been a while. How have you been?
Yeah. I've been good. How about you?
Yeah. Me too. So what happened? Why are you contacting me? Definitely not for chatting around, right?
Well, actually, I'm a bit confused at the moment. I heard my wife was on a one-week trip with you and some other friends, Susan and Helen. I haven't heard from her for 3 days. I assumed she was having fun with her friends, so I didn't want to bother her. But then I saw you at the grocery store yesterday. So you didn't join the trip?
A trip? She never told me anything about any trip. To be honest, I haven't seen her for months.
Really? That's strange. She told me she was going to Hawaii with you and some other friends.
Which other friends?
You know, Susan and Helen. 3 of you are my wife's best friends, aren't you?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry to say this. But I don't think she said anything about a trip with either of us either. I just met Helen last week and she didn't say anything about any trip to Hawaii. She even told me she was going to take up a piano class this week.
This is really confusing. Are you sure my wife didn't mention anything to you about going on a trip with someone else?
Yes, I'm sure. I never heard anything about it. I haven't spoken to Carol in a while, and I didn't see any posts or pictures from her trip. I'm sorry, I wish I could help you more.
It's okay. Thanks for letting me know. I guess I'll have to talk to Carol and figure out what's going on.
Okay. Please let me know if there's something else I can help you.
I will. Thank you, Anna. Have a nice day. Hey, darling. I just wanted to check how your trip is going. Where are you right now?
Hi, honey. Of course I'm in Hawaii with my friends. We're having a great time.
That's good to hear. Can you send me some pictures?
Sure. Wait for a few seconds. I'll take some pictures and send them to you. Here are some pictures at the beach. We're at Waikiki Beach in Honolulu right now. And we're having so much fun. Isn't it so beautiful? I'm sure you'd love it if you were here.
Yes, it's very beautiful. But where are your friends? I don't see them in the pictures.
Oh, Helen and Anna are swimming. And Susan is buying some ice cream for all of us.
Oh, that sounds great. But I saw one of your friends at the grocery store yesterday.
What? What are you talking about, honey? I think you must have mistaken her for someone else.
Really? Because I even texted her and she said she hasn't seen you for months. And she didn't know anything about your trip.
What? That's not true. But I'm here with my friends, just like I told you.
I don't think you're being honest with me. Why would your friend say that if you're really on a trip with her?
I don't know. Maybe she was just joking with you, since you couldn't join us. You know how funny my best friends are.
I don't think they're funny enough to joke about something like this.
Well, they are. I've been friends with them since high school, so I know.
I still can't believe it. How could she joke around like that while I was being so serious?
Or maybe she just forgot, or maybe she's just mistaken. I'm definitely here with them right now.
I still find it hard to believe that your friend would lie or forget such a big thing. And I don't think I mistook her for someone else. Darling, why didn't you just tell me who you were really going with?
But I'm really in Hawaii with Susan, Helen, and Anna.
Okay. Then send me the pictures of the four of you together later, okay? Why didn't you say anything?
Okay. I'll tell you the truth. My close friends are not here with me. I'm with someone else.
What? Why didn't you tell me? Do I know that person?
No, you haven't met them before. They're members of the yoga center I've been attending. I didn't want to make a big deal about this, so I just told you I went with my best friends. I'm sorry for lying to you, honey. I was afraid that you might not be happy if you knew I was going with the people I've met recently.
Of course I wouldn't be happy. But what makes me not happy is that you've been lying to me. You just needed to tell me the truth. That's a huge breach of trust in our relationship.
I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to hurt you. I just needed some time away from everything, with some of my like-minded people.
I understand that, but lying is never the answer. We need to have a serious talk when you get back home.
Okay, honey. I'll see you at home in a few days, then.
Hey man, I need to tell you something.
Paul. What's up?
I'm in Hawaii for a business trip, and I just saw Carol there.
Really?
Yeah. She was at the beach with another guy. I saw them kissing and cuddling.
What? Are you sure it was my wife?
Yes, 100%. I met Carol quite a lot before. I came to your wedding, remember? And I also go to your house very often. I even have a picture of you, me, and our wives together in my phone.
I can't believe this. Did you talk to her?
No, I didn't want to get involved. Besides, I wasn't sure that was Carol at first. Then I thought the man was you, so I was about to say hi, but then I realized he wasn't you. I'm sure about it, and I think you should know.
Wow. Thank you for telling me, man. This is really upsetting.
I'm so sorry, man. I wish I had better news for you. But I can't lie to you, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's not your fault. I really appreciate you letting me know. I'll have to confront my wife about this.
Do you need any help or support?
Not for now. I think I'll be okay. I just need some time to process this and handle it by myself.
All right. Well, let me know if you need anything, okay? I'll always be there for you, man.
Thanks a lot. That means a lot to me.
An hour later.
We need to talk.
Didn't we decide we'd talk at home, honey?
Yeah, we did. But something came up, so I need to talk to you immediately.
Okay. What's up?
Well, I got a message from my friend. You know Paul, right? He and his wife often come to our house.
Yeah.
I know him. What did he say that bothers you?
He said he saw you in Hawaii with another man.
What? That's ridiculous. I wasn't with any man in Hawaii.
He saw you at the beach, kissing and cuddling with someone else.
No. That's not true. He was lying to you, honey.
Why would he lie about something like that?
Well, maybe he's just trying to cause trouble between us. He's always been jealous of our relationship.
Why would he be jealous? He's happily married, and we've been best friends for years.
Oh, happily married? Is that what he told you? You didn't know, but I'm sure he has feelings for me. And now he's trying to come between us. I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
What? What are you talking about? He has a wife, Carol.
Yeah.
But he tried to flirt with me all the time. I didn't fall for him, so he got mad at me. And now he did this?
Ugh.
What a man.
That's a pretty serious accusation. Are you saying my friend is lying?
Yes, absolutely. He's just trying to ruin our relationship.
I find that very hard to believe, compared to the fact that you lied to me about going with your friends before.
I don't know what to say to make you believe me. I know I made a mistake last time. But I'm telling you the truth. I wasn't with any man in Hawaii.
This is really difficult for me to hear. I don't know who to believe.
I'm sorry, honey, but it's the truth. I'm your wife, your family. I love you, and I would never do anything to hurt you.
I want to believe you, but Paul is my best friend. I really trust him. I need to think about this.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
An hour later.
I still can't believe that my wife would cheat on me. Are you absolutely sure about what you saw in Hawaii?
Yes. Actually, I do have some evidence here.
Evidence? What kind of evidence? Why didn't you tell me about it last time?
Oh, I just knew about it just a few minutes ago. I was going to send it to you right now, man.
Okay, so what is the evidence?
Well, I was talking to my business partner while we were on the beach, then I saw Carol and the man. I didn't know that my assistant took a picture of us. When I looked at the picture just a few minutes ago, I noticed something in the background.
Tell me. What did you see?
You know, your wife and her lover kissing each other.
Oh my God. Can I see the picture?
Sure. Here it is.
Oh my God. I can't believe this. That's definitely my wife.
I'm sorry, man. I know this is hard to take.
No, thank you for telling me the truth. I needed to see this for myself.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No, I think I have to deal with all of this on my own. Thanks, man. I'm so glad to have you as my best friend.
The next day.
Can we talk?
Sure. What's the matter, honey?
I need to show you something. Sends the picture of evidence.
I can explain.
Yes, please. I want to know what happened.
It's not what it looks like. I was on the trip with my yoga friends as I told you, and I met him there by chance. We were just talking, and things got a bit out of hand. It was a mistake, and it meant nothing.
A mistake? You were kissing him on the beach. That's not a mistake. You're cheating on me.
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. It just happened once. I never meant to hurt you, let alone cheat on you. I love you, and I want to work through this together.
I don't know if I can trust you again. You lied to me about the trip, and then you lied to me about what happened in Hawaii. I don't know what else you're hiding.
I understand. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn back your trust. I'll be completely honest with you from now on. And I'll do whatever it takes to make things right. Please trust me this time, honey.
I need some time to think about all of this.
Sure. I'll give you all the time you need. But please know that I love you so much, and I'm committed to our marriage.
2 days later, the day the trip ends.
Why aren't you home yet? We need to talk, remember?
I won't be coming home today, honey. I'm not ready to face you yet.
What? How can you treat me like this? Are you with him right now?
No, I already told you the truth, but you didn't believe me. You chose to believe your friend instead of me. I started thinking about this, and now I feel so disappointed and humiliated. I need some time to be alone.
What? No, you need to come home immediately. Otherwise, I'm gonna divorce you.
Fine, you can do whatever you want. I'm so sick of your skepticism and excessive control over me. I feel like I can't breathe anymore.
I can't believe this. How can you blame everything on me? It was your fault to lie and cheat on me. You used my money to go on a trip with your lover.
Excuse me? What did you just say? I didn't do anything wrong. It was you who became overly suspicious and controlling over everything. After you confronted me like that, I weren't able to fully enjoy the trip with my friends anymore. Let's divorce, if that's what you really want.
Oh, that's what you really want, not me. You want to be free from me to come to that man, don't you?
Whatever you think. At least I feel safe when I'm with him. He's so gentle, and he can satisfy my needs easily while you cannot.
Now are you admitting everything? You cheated on me, right?
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm in love with him.
I can't believe you would be so heartless and selfish. How could you do this to me? After all these years we've spent together, you just throw it all away for someone else?
I just do what I have to do. You don't trust me, so what else can I do now?
You just need to explain everything to me and beg for my forgiveness.
I can't do that. I'm already in love with someone else. He can give me everything that you can't. He's young, handsome, and he can satisfy me in ways that you never could.
I don't even want to hear this. I trusted you, and you betrayed me. You have to come home and get your stuff out of my house right away.
That's all I want. You're gonna give me some living expenses and a new house to live, right?
What? Don't you have any shame, Carol? How dare you ask me something like that after betraying me?
Well, I just want what's fair for me. I gave you so many years of my life, and now I deserve to be happy.
I'm the one who should say that. I gave you so many years of my life, and now you've betrayed me so badly.
Whatever. I just need money and a new apartment, okay?
No. I'm not gonna give you anything. You deserve nothing after what you've done. I'm gonna sue you for cheating and lying to me. You'll have to face the consequences of your actions in the court, Carol.
Do whatever you like. I'm not scared of you.
A few months later.
I never thought we would end like this. You were the love of my life, yet you betrayed me in the worst way.
I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. I just fell in love with him, and I couldn't help it. Please don't do this to me, honey. I don't want to end up in jail, and I don't have money to give you.
Your apologies mean nothing to me now. It's too late, Carol. You broke my trust, and you destroyed our marriage. You have to face the consequences of your actions. And stop calling me honey. I'm so sick of it now.
Please withdraw your petition.
No. I'm so over you now. You're gonna get out of my house. I want nothing to do with you anymore. You're lucky you only got 3 months in jail and a $1,200 fine for what you did. Oh, I forgot. You and your lover will also have to pay me $10,000 you owe me for your stupid trip.
Please don't leave me with nothing. I have nowhere to go.
Didn't you decide to move in with your lover?
That jerk just dumped me to chase after someone else. I only have you now.
That's not my problem anymore. I suggest you find a job and start supporting yourself. And remember to pay back my money.
Please, I'm begging you. Can't we talk about this? Maybe we can work things out differently.
There's nothing left to talk about. You made your choice, and now you have to deal with the consequences. Goodbye forever, Carol. Take care.
The end.
Good evening, Mrs. Joyce. I'm Oscar. I hope you haven't been busy, but I have some good news for you. I was able to make the reservation that I promised you.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to ask in such a short time, but even so, you still consider and help me. I don't really know how to thank you. I am sure it is very difficult.
You don't have to worry about it. You always help me too, so of course I will do everything in my power to help you too.
I thank you for always supporting my husband and I.
Want to make a reservation for your wedding anniversary, right?
Yes, that's right. My husband always works abroad, so it is difficult to decide the date. But since their 10th anniversary, he has been able to get a few days off. He just got back the other day, and now we finally get to go on vacation together.
Oh, that's great. I am so honored that you choose our hotel to celebrate such an important day in your life.
He's always been the one to make reservations for us, so this time I wanted to surprise him by making a reservation myself. I thought if I really wanted this to go well, I'd better ask you because I know you can help me with every little detail on that day.
Oh yes, of course. However, I am sorry to say that I will not be able to accompany you to your celebration as I also have to work abroad. The day that I left happened to be the date you booked.
Oh so? That's really bad. I have been looking forward to celebrating with you. So how are we preparing?
I'll keep the manager informed about everything, so you can contact him about the details of your stay. Maybe it would be a lot easier for him to understand if you spoke to him directly.
Right. I don't want to put you in any trouble either. I will be contacting him direct.
Oh, I don't have any problems. I'm extremely sorry that I won't be there on the anniversary. I will give you the phone number of the manager.
Yes, thank you. I also have one more thing to ask you.
Well, what is it?
This might be the weird thing I'm going to ask you for, okay? The next day.
Hello, my name is Diego. I'm a manager. I have received message from Oscar to contact you. What can I do for you today, ma'am?
Ah, yes, thanks. My name is Joyce. I want to make a surprise for my husband on his wedding anniversary, so I hope that you can help me.
Have you planned any surprises? All will be priced separately, so I hope you have checked our homepage.
What? Price? I'm sorry, but I haven't checked the price.
This is a luxury hotel, so things like cream cakes and champagne will cost a little more. I suggest that you check the price first.
Okay.
Can I ask you to contact me once you've checked them out?
I understand.
I assume you will also stay with your child. I feel it is important to remind you that this is a luxury hotel. There are a lot of high-class guests staying at our hotel.
Yes, I've heard about that. I have heard a lot of famous people and famous athletes at your hotel.
I would like to ask you to keep an eye on your children and make sure that they do not do anything in front of those guests.
Well, what does that mean?
I'm sure it will annoy the guests if you are in the lobby with your noisy children. I mean so.
Yes. I will certainly be careful about that. Now, for the surprise. I'd like to arrange an anniversary cake, champagne and decorations in advance. And if it wasn't too much trouble, I'd also like to reserve the pool and bar areas for tonight.
Forgive me, Mrs. Joyce. I just have a couple of things to confirm with you before we discuss this.
Huh? What are a few things?
Do you have a chauffeur for the day of the celebration?
What? A chauffeur? What are you talking about?
Normally, our hotel welcomes many guests accompanied by a driver. Mr. Oscar also told me to reserve a parking space for you. Is that a sports car or something like that?
Oh no. I don't have a sports car. I cannot let my child ride a sports car.
That is reasonable. Well, is it an SUV or something larger like that?
No. I have a small car. I apologize for asking, but does that have anything to do with the surprise?
As the manager of this expensive luxury hotel, I have a responsibility to think about my guests. What's wrong with that?
Yes, there isn't. It just felt like I was being interrogated for no particular reason.
I'm so sorry. All I've done is ask you the questions that need to be asked. I'll get back to my work now. We look forward to your vacation.
Wait. How about the surprise? I don't think we really organized anything. Day of the holiday.
Please go away. You really thought you could stay here, didn't you?
What do you mean? I'm pretty sure I've booked a room here. Why didn't you let us into the parking lot? Is something wrong with the system or something? If it's the system, I've printed out my reservation, so I can show it to you if you want.
As I guessed, LOL.
Exactly what did you expect? What does it mean?
You arrived at our luxury hotel in your tiny car and thought you would be able to stay here? What are you thinking? How do you think that might happen?
I just don't understand. I am 100% sure that I made a reservation. The owner of the hotel made it for me. I even have evidence.
I'm sorry, but I don't think a family driving a mini car would be able to book a room at this luxury hotel. Is it a joke?
Are you looking down on us for the type of car we drive? Our car has nothing to do with the fact that we booked with this hotel. I don't understand.
I don't mean like that. You have no reservation with us, so I will have to ask you to leave. There's a small inn a few blocks from here, you can ask them.
Are you trying to turn us down? Are you serious? What about the surprise of my anniversary?
You probably can't afford it anyway, so there's no point in preparing the unexpected. It will be a waste of time. We don't have a place for low-income people like you. If you'd like, I can make a list of other places that are in your price range.
Low income? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Do you know what you are doing? You cannot walk to an expensive hotel without the ability to pay for it.
I can ask you the same thing. What do you think you are doing? You can call me wherever you want, but I still want to keep my celebration as planned.
Wow, you are so persistent. How many times must I tell you before you understand? Low-income families with many cars cannot stay in our hotel. That is common sense. The boss is telling me to turn you down, so leave.
Okay. That's fine with me. I guess that means that you don't need a $5 million loan anymore.
Huh?
That is what my husband said. You said the boss, or in other words, Mr. Oscar, told me to get out. If that's the case, the loan is over. But even if that's not true, my husband says that he doesn't want to lend you money anymore. If this hotel has someone like you as manager, there's no way your business can recover.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? What does this all have to do with a loan? Are you trying to mess with me or something?
You're the manager, but you don't even know what's going on in your own hotel? Boss didn't tell you? Is your hotel business down because of the recent COVID-19 outbreak? It's no one's fault, but hotel revenues plummet. That's why your boss has to apply for a loan. My husband actually just approved the loan, but I'm not sure about that anymore.
What? That must be a joke, right? Please tell me you're joking.
You can think of it as a joke if you like. But don't you think it's a little weird?
We were able to reserve a suite with a 6-month waiting list.
That's the truth.
I don't think you know how Mr. Oscar tried to win my husband's favor. At least you should probably choose it.
Is that so? I am extremely sorry, but allow me to confirm. You really aren't joking about this, are you?
What do you mean?
Forgive me, but you came in a small car, didn't you? It's a bit unrealistic that you'll be the one to finance the loan. I can't imagine you would have such a small car if you really had that much money.
I guess it has been decided already. We certainly won't lend money to your hotel. Anyway, that's what my husband said.
Why not? All I do is ask you about your vehicle. I think you're overreacting.
It's too late to save yourself now. It makes no sense to start panicking now. I'm sure your boss will be very angry to hear about this. By the way, you are an extremely ignorant person.
What? Ignorance?
The car that we were driving was no ordinary mini car.
What? That car is so small, of course it must be a normal car.
It was a classic car, and it was a very expensive one.
Classic car? What?
It really feels like you're bringing down the reputation of the hotel just by being the manager. You were ignorant and despised us because you thought we were driving a cheap car. And for that, you told us to go home. Is that what a hotel staff member does to his guests?
I don't think it's an expensive vehicle. You don't even have your own driver, so I misunderstood and thought that you have low income.
You can get it all wrong, but using that as an excuse to discriminate against your guests, don't you think that's a bad thing?
You may be right, but all I did was make bad judgments. I don't mean rude or anything. Can you please understand that?
Misjudged or not, it's not a nice thing to do. I've never been treated like this in my entire life. You can't even help organize a surprise celebration for me, even though it's difficult for my husband to get off work today. And this is what happens. Thanks to you, our 10-year anniversary was ruined. We have been waiting for this day for a very long time.
I'm so sorry. I'll start preparing now, so come back. We will also prepare a surprise, and we will also prepare cake and champagne as a complimentary service.
No, thanks.
What do you mean? If there's anything else you need, please let me know.
I know there's something odd about our booking via WhatsApp. I tried not to think about it too much, but I guess it's too late now. You have certainly gone too far with what you did.
I'm so sorry. I'll make sure this never happens again. Could you please give us another chance to make things right?
A few minutes later.
Hello, Mrs. Joyce. I hope all goes well with your anniversary. I extend my sincere congratulations to both of you.
Mr. Oscar. Thanks very much. You literally texted me at the perfect time. I'm afraid nothing goes as planned nor has anything to do with your hotel.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Any problems?
Your manager, Mr. Diego, is the problem. He insulted me and my family by assuming that we were low income just because I drove a small car. It's ridiculous, but he's very unprofessional and rude.
What? Please allow me to apologize on behalf of him. Mr. Diego never seemed to be the kind of person to say such discriminatory and nasty things to a customer.
I have screenshots of the conversation if you need to see them. My husband was very angry and he told me that your request for a loan of $5 million could be in jeopardy because of this.
This is a very reprehensible behavior of Mr. Diego, and he will be dealt with appropriately. I'm so sorry you've had to go through this, Mrs. Joyce. You are one of our most important clients. Please do not cancel my loan.
A few minutes later.
Hello? Are you there? Can we forget the things that once happened? No, that won't happen. Anyway, I've already talked to your boss. What? Boss? Oscar!
Yes. We told him we wouldn't grant the loan as long as you were a manager.
What?
That's what my husband said to him. The rest depends on him. If I were him, I'd fire you in a split second.
What? Fire me? I'm a manager. I can't be fired.
If the hotel manager is such a piece of trash, of course the quality of the hotel will suffer as well.
Did you just call me trash? All I did was misunderstand your circumstances. Please, allow me to fix this. I was wrong for what I did. I'm sorry.
The apology is no longer usable. My husband was angry, and I was even more furious.
Wait! The boss is calling me right now. Do you think it is about your reservation?
Don't ask me. I can't imagine why you wouldn't be angry now. You tried to turn a paying customer down.
I didn't think you would pay at the beginning. I think you're going to run away, and I'm trying to avoid that. It sounds like you can't afford to book a hotel room.
You still don't understand what I mean, right? That sounds rude to you?
I'm sorry. I don't mean that. You're misunderstanding me.
No, I think I understood you perfectly. You just said whatever you feel like saying, but things come back to bite you.
I am so sorry. I am really sorry about what I said.
I already told you, it's no use. It is over with you. Disgusting men like you, who make a living by discriminating and judging people, will always end up making themselves miserable. All is your fault. You've dug your own grave, and now you have to lie in it. After that. In the end, Mr. Oscar was furious about what Diego had done. He was unhappy with Mr. Diego's dismissal, so he demanded that Mr. Diego pay compensation equivalent to a night's stay in the hotel. Mr. Diego lost his managerial position, and therefore his job, so he seems to have used up all his savings to pay the compensation. He judges people based on looks, and due to his arrogance and ignorance, he ends up causing a lot of damage to himself. He dug his own grave, and now he did not know what to do. He's totally at a loss. As for Joyce's 10th anniversary, of course Mr. Oscar could not organize it as planned. Mr. Oscar felt deeply sorry for the whole situation, and he offered the Joyce and his wife a free stay to make up for it. He also said that he would provide them with free food and drink. Joyce's husband has to go back to a foreign country and he won't be able to take a day off for another month, but better than never. Ms. Joyce appreciated Mr. Oscar very much.
Honey, have you taken a break from work yet?
I'm not done with the work yet, so don't bother waiting for me.
Egan, I told you needed to go home early today. And this is absolutely not the time for you to drink alcohol right now. Think about taking better care of your health.
Oh please, save me, big lecture tonight. You think I came to the job because I wanted to do it? You know what it feels like to be a working man struggling to get in while you're sitting at home all day? Sometimes you have to come to these work dinners even if you don't want to if you want to survive in the company. How many times must I tell you that it's no exaggeration to say that attending corporate dinners is an extension of my work?
But I told you that I have something important to tell you today.
What do you have to tell me? Say it now and don't stammer like that, okay?
It's not something I can tell you by text. That's something I have to tell you directly.
Oh my God. Just say it now. I know it's not that big of a deal anyway, so don't waste any more time and let me know quickly.
All right, the health check results are in. And the result is not very good.
What do you mean when you say that the results are not so good? Just make it clear so I can really understand it, okay?
Egan, they discovered signs of cancer during the physical examination.
What? Is that correct?
Well, we have to examine it more closely to know the full details. But it seems they have found a particularly hard-to-treat cancer in the colon. I know it's very surprising, but try not to worry too much about it. Today's cancer treatments have become quite advanced, and I am sure we will see good results if we implement the treatments.
Well, who knew that things would take such an unexpected turn? I never thought you'd get cancer in 100 years. I heard that people with colon cancer don't live long, so I guess you will die and ascend to the spirit world soon, right?
What did you say?
How long can you live exactly when you have colon cancer? Well, whatever, to be honest, I don't really care. I don't really care for that, and it doesn't really bother me, so you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Then I guess we'll have to go to court and file for divorce as soon as possible.
What? Go to court to file for divorce? Do you know what you're saying? How drunk are you now to say such meaningless things to me?
Oh, now I'm not drunk at all. Corporate dinners are a big deal. I'm really enjoying this moment with my girlfriend. I am more awake than ever, so please pay attention and listen to me now. I'm not the kind, generous guy who can take care of his ailing wife with cancer, okay? I can't see you running around in a hospital gown with all your hair falling out. I won't be able to bear it, and I can't live with you anymore, so hurry up and get a divorce and get out of my house.
What? Are you serious with me right now? Are you cheating on me with another woman? Don't you lie to me enough, but you still want to throw me away like a worn-out shoe just because I have cancer? For you, doesn't it make sense for us to live together as husband and wife for more than 10 years? Don't you feel any sense of well-being as a spouse or even as a fellow human?
What are you talking about right now? I don't know what you mean with that nonsense, but there's nothing I can do about that stupid trash. I don't need an ugly, wrinkled old woman dying of cancer. What I need is a girlfriend who is 10 years younger than me, beautiful, healthy, and just looking at it makes me happy. And don't blame me, blame yourself for not being able to take good care of your body and bring cancer into yourself. You'll die soon anyway, and you won't need the money or the house when you're gone, so you can leave everything without taking anything else, right? Do whatever you want to go back to your parents or become homeless on the street, it's your choice and responsibility as an adult.
All right. I guess you are correct. If you have cancer, then you don't really need the house, the money, or anything like that, so you just go with your clothes on and nothing else. I mean, you really shouldn't take any material things with you that you can't take with you when you die, so you should leave it all to your family.
Now you understand what I'm saying, don't you? Then you'll join me in getting a divorce and signing the papers as quickly as possible, right? I mean, I'd rather be divorced than widowed because that sounds better socially, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to be labeled a pathetic widower. You understand it, right?
All right, I'll agree to divorce you. I will pack your bags for you immediately so you can get out of the house as soon as possible. If you want to go to your girlfriend's house or sleep on the street, I guess that's completely up to you.
Huh? What are you talking about? I thought you had colon cancer, but the cancer has also spread to the brain, right? Why am I out of my house?
You just said that the person with cancer and dying doesn't need anything anymore, just the clothes on his body are enough to go, right? Or did you just forget what you just said?
Well, you're the one with cancer that should be gone, not me.
You still don't understand, do you? How you managed to get a job in a company and get a girl to hang out with you with that level of intelligence is really a big mystery to me, honestly. The person with cancer in the results of the physical examination is you, not me.
Don't lie to me. It's not like I've got cancer.
Well, go check it out and you'll see, right? Whatever the outcome, at least that's not my concern, but I'm just telling you that's what the hospital told me.
Okay, fine, I'll go home right away. When I get home, we can both search the hospital together and make an appointment right away. I'm sure it won't be a big deal in the end, so don't worry about it too much and just wait for me.
Huh? What did you say? Did you ever flip a burger as a kid or something? Because the way you just turned your mind around is pretty amazing.
Hey, you know I was just joking, okay? I think you're going to be a little depressed because you have cancer, so I tried to make a joke and cheer you up. I'm going to ask permission to leave the company dinner right now, so wait for me when I get home, honey. Honey, the test results are in. It turned out that I actually had colon cancer. And the doctor told me that I had only 6 months to live. I mean, how could I have cancer? What sin did I commit that God wanted to take me away at such a young age? I didn't feel sick at all and I had no pain inside and went there saying I would disappear from this world in half a year. Honey, what should I do now? Why don't you say anything, darling? Your husband has just learned that he is dying. Why do you keep quiet and say nothing? Say something, anything.
I don't know, Egan, what should I say? I don't have anything to say to you. Oh.
Yeah.
I almost forgot, can you and me go to court tomorrow so we can get a divorce? I don't want to be seen as a woman who eats away from her husband or anything like that. Because it won't be so good when I want to get remarried later, you know? Do you understand me?
I'm just telling you that the doctor told me I don't have much longer to live because I have cancer. How can you say such cruel things to me now in such a terrible situation? Do you not feel sorry for the husband who has been with you for 10 years?
Weren't you the one who betrayed that pledge first? Don't you say you don't need a wife with cancer? And that you would rather live happily ever after with your new girlfriend after divorcing me as soon as possible?
Look, I was just messing with her, she means nothing to me. Think of it as the occasional takeaway Chinese order, you know, sometimes you want to eat some sweet and sour pork when you're bored of eating at home all the time. I mean, it's not even sweet and sour pork. It's like ordering food and eating some cheap fried noodles. How can I compare you, a good wife, a wise, intelligent woman, to someone he only met once to pass the time?
No, I don't think so, Egan. I don't think I'll be good for you either. What can I, an ugly, old woman, do for you by being by your side while you are fighting cancer and fighting for your life? If you want to prolong your life by one more day, then you need the fresh, bright energy of a young, beautiful girl. So get rid of something as old as me and get married to your lovely girlfriend. I heard that sometimes God can grant the wishes of the deceased, so how can he refuse your wish to be with your loved one when you are about to die? I understand it all, Egan, so don't worry about me.
Please don't say such cruel things to me, darling. Listening to you say that, my heart froze. There's no one in this whole wide world that I can trust but you. My so-called girlfriend blocked my number as soon as I said that I was diagnosed with colon cancer. She is a really cold person. I know I'm the bad guy here ever since I was tricked by her and it led to me betraying you. I really was wrong with you and I know I deserve to die, but I promise I won't betray you again. So will you forgive me for this last time and accept me as your loving husband? How can I get alone without you, fighting cancer alone and facing death? The truth is, I'm scared. So darling, please stay by my side, okay?
If I were the one with cancer, you would get rid of me immediately, right? I know exactly what kind of person you are now, so how can I live with you knowing who you are? I'm sorry, Egan, but I'm not a generous person to care for a husband who betrayed me.
But I really don't have anyone other than you right now. If you turn your back on me, then I have no one left to lean on, and you know that I really have nowhere else to go. I grew up in an orphanage, not related by blood to my family. What can I do if you throw me away?
Why should I worry about such a thing, when it just gives me a headache, Egan? When I can get a divorce and move in with my parents, unlike you.
Are you really going to divorce me even if I get on my knees begging you like this?
Well, Egan, how many times do I have to repeat it?
Okay, fine, if that's what you really want, then I guess there's no way around it. I don't want to hold someone who doesn't need me. Anyway, I don't have much time left to live, so I guess I'll just roll around and die. But since I have to go to the hospital for cancer treatment and it will cost a lot of money, you can't take all of my property, right? Are you healthy enough to make a lot of money later?
What property? We don't have any of that.
What do you mean? Don't we have the $40,000 we've saved up? Even if we get a divorce, won't I get half of it, $20,000? Don't tell me you're going to try to get all the money out of a dying person, okay? You're not such a cold-blooded monster, are you?
Now, what does it matter if I am hot or cold-blooded? You betrayed and cheated on me, and if we get a divorce you will have to pay alimony anyway. But I can't really go around with my ailing body and work to earn alimony. So why don't you just give me $20,000 instead of paying alimony and we can take it as peace?
What? Are you serious now? How could you do this to me? That is the worst thing. You are really a greedy pig, both ugly and greedy for money. If there's anything I regret in my life, it's meeting such a selfish, egotistical, greedy woman as you. I don't understand why God forgave you. And instead, God decided to take the life of me, who grew up without parents and just suffered in life. I'm filled with so much anger and suffering right now.
I don't think you have a lot of time to lie around and think about silly things like that. Why don't you save some of that energy instead of wasting it on such stupid things and looking for a new home to live in while you still can?
Ha! What did you say? Looking for a new home to stay?
Yes. Why are you so surprised? Did you forget that our house was purchased by my parents in my name? When we get divorced, I will sell the house to a real estate company and move back to my birth parents' house with our daughter. So try to get out of the house next week. Oh, and don't even think about setting me up under the pretext of being our daughter. You've never played with her once or really paid attention to her. You never even gave her a warm smile, and she told me that she doesn't have any feelings for you. So give it all up, just sign the divorce papers and get out of the house.
How could you do this to me? You were even worse than the devil.
Honestly, I want to tell you the same thing. You have nothing in hand, but I marry you because I believe you will be a good and honest person. It's only now that I realize your true face and true personality is just a piece of garbage. I thought that I could help heal you because you grew up without parents and you must have suffered very deep wounds. But you're the kind of person who decides to stomp on and tear through my unconditional love and best wishes for you. I hate dealing with complicated formalities, so I'll be hiring a lawyer to take care of everything soon, so talk to an attorney. I divorced my husband and got full custody of my daughter. The betrayal and hurt I felt was just as great as the love and trust one had for him. Therefore, I never contacted my ex-husband again after the divorce. Egan is battling cancer while living in a tattered house. My mother visited him a couple of times and brought him some food. I even brought my daughter along to say goodbye to my ex-husband a few days before he left this world. My ex-husband looked my daughter in the eye and said sorry while tears rolled down his face. I learned that he passed away and that his spirit returned to heaven not long after that. He has a precious family, but he doesn't realize it. Instead, he betrayed his family and ignored it, which eventually brought a sad ending to himself.